Hey guys, Re-Education of a Nation has been a minute trying to get back into the swing of things. Happy COVID-19. It's been ridiculous. So, on this episode, what I really want to talk about is the stimulus package. And with the stimulus package, we're talking 2 trillion with a trill, $2 trillion that the federal government is giving. Well, and nothing is free. The federal government is using to stimulate the economy. Now, there are a couple of websites you can go to, and I'll put them in the description to check this out. But what really is coming to pass is how much of this money is trickling down to the consumer and how much of it is going to businesses, federal government, low state and local, Indian tribes. That 2 trillion encompasses a whole lot. So the first thing I want to say is don't believe the Stimu Lie, because it's a lie, okay? Nothing is free, not even death. You pay for taxes, you pay for dying, you pay for the plot, you pay for the funeral, you pay the mortician, you pay everything. Nothing is free. So when they sit there and say it's a stimulus, it's only designed to keep the masses at bay, the enemy at the gates. And even that's not really happening. I'm getting reports from private security companies in our area that restaurants are being robbed left and right when they're closed. So the Stimu Lie, and think about that when I say that, it's a lie. They're going to take this money from somewhere, somehow, some other program. A tax is going to go up. A program's going to be lost. Something's going to be, they do nothing without taking in the process. And this ain't about black and white on this topic. This is about red, blue, and don't give a fuck about you. And when you realize that, you and your people is whoever your people is, are going to say this country needs an enema, state, local, and top. Fire all of them. Get somebody else in there to do this right. And if you don't act right, we'll do the same thing with you. And so let's get a little bit further into it. So with the Stimu Lie, also let's look at the fact that we're talking about companies being given federal funds to help businesses stay afloat. Now, you've already seen all the propaganda, and I'm not going to say propaganda, all the honest reporting about businesses receiving these funds. We're talking Fortune 500 companies that have received their money already. Deep ass bank accounts. Don't give a damn about their workers. They're cutting staff back. And a lot of these are going to be hit and runs. This worked, let's not do this anymore. This worked, we can cut this out. This worked, hospitals are doing it. Everyone's doing it. But the stimulus is supposed to help banks have the monies to give loans to small businesses, and they're not doing it. Think about that. I know they're not doing it firsthand because I've talked to several people, and they're telling me from what their job is, and I'm not putting out my sources, that the banks are bitching and complaining about doing it like it's their money. Let that sink in. Federal government gives a private institution money to save Americans, and that institution says, fuck you, Joe Boo. So now you have to really wonder, who's the money's for? Who's it for? I'm going to tell you to support your local mom and pop, because to me, this is an assassination of the economy at a lower level, making you rely upon Walmart, making it look like Walmart is this big savior, when in fact, all Walmart is doing is helping the trade with China keep growing and going, especially right now. We need to get the ingenuity back. We need to get that steam running. We need to get that US of A stamp back on everything, made, grown, everything. And y'all bastards can't be greedy with the money. So this is the problem. Greed has corrupted everything. And the people at the bottom are so used to getting shit on that they don't even realize that this stimulus is not stimulating anything but stockholders and politicians' ability to manipulate your life. You have to sit there and start supporting local. That is the only way to break this grip that they have on us right now. Yes, I do my best to do. I'm not going to lie. I do my best. I went fishing the other day with my son, and every fishing rod I picked up was made in China. Every last one. Everything we picked up was made in China. Nothing's made here in the U.S. No, well, Eagle Claw hooks. I think they are still made in the U.S. If I'm not mistaken. I love fishing. Eagle Claw. I'm pretty sure Eagle Claw. Shout out to Eagle Claw. Good job. And this is something that has been on my mind with this entire stimulus package thing. It's like, if it's for everyone, and you've put this basically pork-bellied all this stuff into this, just shoved it in there, we'll get it all in there. At what point do you make it so it's not a grant, it's not a loan, and you're shoving it through a third party? See, if it's truly meant to stimulate the economy, cut these small business owners these checks straight up. Y'all can create offices to do everything else. Cut these corporate, greedy bastards out of it. Get rid of them. And that'll prove to the American people that you give a damn about them, because right now you don't. Businesses are failing left and right, and it is by design. These billionaires do not want you stepping in on their turf. There's the facts. They're cold hard, but they're real, and you better think about it. The gyms are dying. The small mom and pops are dying. The small nail salons that are minority owned are dying. And not the Asian ones. We ain't talking about them because they shut down at COVID because of the racial speculations. And that's another topic and some other stuff. But the point I'm trying to make is that with this stimulus, nothing is free. And they're giving it to the wrong people to mismanage so they can screw you over again. And what do you mean by, what do you say again, Ryan? This is the first time we've had COVID-19. Yes, but it's not the first time we've had a stimulus. We've had 3 presidents, 3 stimuluses. 3. Bush, Obama, Trump. Look it up. It started with the housing crash in 2008. We got a stimulus because of corrupt ass businessmen. And now what are you going to do? I'm giving you the knowledge to step out there and make a conscious decision. What are you going to do with it? Think about that. 2008, Bush started with the bailouts. Stimulus. Obama, stimulus. Trump, stimulus. And look at the deja vu of it all. Look at the deja vu of it all. You're sitting there and you're forgetting about the history because that's what they want you to do. They want you to forget how fucked up they are. They want you to forget how greedy, how nasty, how uncaring they are. And you still blindly vote for the same congressman, senator, governor every single year because you think because they're giving you something it's free. It is not. It is never free. Ask any military member. It's anything they get free. I want you to really ponder what I'm sharing with you right now. Because I really don't think that you guys are getting it. Banks have the ability right now to tell a company, a business owner, you don't meet the criteria. We don't have to loan you shit. And yes, color is a factor. Always has been. I don't want to be, always will be. But at the current state, always will be. This is America. I am not racist, but I am racial. And that is a difference. Racism has caused us to be where we are being racial has protected a lot of people from being lynched or murdered or blinded by the system and its fucking archaic ways. That is the difference. And when you understand the difference, you will get off of this shit. It's no different than saying, hey, I support Walmart because they hire so many people, but they're firing just as many as they hire. Hey, I support Bank of Blank, we'll say of America, because, hey, I like the banking industry. I like what they do for me. Yeah, but they ain't trying to get nobody no loans to say their business. See, when you really get to the point of understanding what is going on, that these publicly traded companies have already gotten their money. And all you're going to do, silly Billy Gumdrop, is give it right back to them. That's all you're going to do. You're going to run out and buy something you don't need, you don't want, but you like. Excuse me. And not everyone. Some people are doing what they need to do. Food, light bill, water bill, T-bone steaks and beer. What's important? Fishing lures, hunting lures, whatever. Guns, all that shit. You're going to do what you need to do with it. But at the same time, you're giving it right back. And they're going to eventually figure out a way to say, hey, remember that check we gave you? We want it back. We want it all back. And they're not going to do that to the Fortune 500 countries. Oh, no. They're going to sit there and give them time. And all these monies are going back to the federal government. They may not be 100%, but between taxes and everything else that you're doing, the government's going to get a good chunk of this back. Yeah. Because I keep saying this, you're forgetting about the past. You're forgetting about the housing crash. You're forgetting about the lies. You're forgetting that this is all deja vu. You're forgetting all these things that have happened. And you're just holding on because now, once again, they are maximizing the fear and they're using the fear to control you. Now, I'm not saying don't put your ass and keep your ass in your house. I'm not saying that. But now it's a financial fear. Now it's a financial control. Now it's a public safety hazard. I get it. Social distancing. I get it. But they're using the same fear from 9/11 to do what they're doing now. And we've been nothing but scared since then. Nothing but fear of losing your freedom. And they're using fear to take your freedom away, to give you freedom. Think about that. Re-education of the nation. This is a quick one. Hey, shout out to Burnett's Baked Goods, Love McMeal Productions. You guys keep doing what you're doing. Burnett's is in Petersburg, Virginia. He's open. Grubhub. Look him up. Burnett's Baked Goods. And you get a spoon with everything. The food is delicious. Curbside service. This has been Ryan Gardner, Re-education of a Nation. Remember what I said. This is deja vu. It's a Stimu Lie. It is not something that are given to you, and nothing is free, not even death. Peace.